Okay, so this is a very different session than we really have ever done here, as long as I've been here at a meeting. And what we really want to do with this session is bring forth three patients who've had experiences here at the hospital.
I was born in February of 1949, and according to the notes, I got polio in July of 1950. So I was 17 months old, and I had it in all my limbs, but it didn't affect my respiratory. And we were living in Brooklyn, and my parents had to quarantine me at Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn.
I had been in special surgery for the prior to me getting to know Dr. Levine. I had what I call the mummy cast. It was the turnbuckle cast, similar to the film that you saw before. And I had been in there for 6 months of the 9 months that it was intended. And a friend of mine came over to visit one day who happened to be sick, and wound up I got pneumonia, and I had to be rushed back down to special surgery here. Wound up over in Mount Sinai, where they did the emergency trach. And it was the first of three to come. Luckily, the third one was just precautionary.
It all started when I was 10 years old. I read The Conquest of Everest, which was the account of the first successful British expedition to the summit of Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary and Norgay Tenzing. And it really caught my fancy, and it planted the seed that someday I would really like to climb Everest and high mountains in general. I subsequently read it after climbing Everest, and it's dry as dust, so maybe it was the photographs that caught my imagination. But I took my family to Nepal and Bhutan in 2001, and I guess I mentioned to my daughter that I had this lifelong dream, and that Christmas she gave me this book with the inscription, "One day soon, Dad."